And that is how you get. This board didn't have any nails in it. What the hell? I think it's important to point out in the world of recycling pallets the technique that you're using. And while I'm not like an expert by any means in technique, I am going to use the circular saw method. So I'm going to run a line down here, and then I'm just going to cut along the edge as close as I can without hitting the runners. And then I'm going to do it on this side. And so the toy box is going to be 34 inches wide, 17 inches deep, and 17 inches tall. I think that's what I decided, or something close to that. So that is how you do your best to save the boards and take them in one piece and keep them intact. Some of these were cracked, so it was hard. That piece over there was really hard. This one, the bigger pieces do tend to be, the more nails there are, the harder they are. And this was the worst of the worst. You had pine runners with pine boards, and these are very thin pine boards. So very brittle, very hard. And obviously this right here is not ideal when you had some sections of the runners that were harder, where the nails stuck and wouldn't pull out with the board. And when they do that, inevitably they rip through and you get these holes. This one did it, and there was another one here somewhere that did it, but all in all, not too bad, and I'll be able to use them all. I got to do the bottom ones. Those ones should pull out just as well. Oh, and there's my handy dandy high-tech phone holder. I did not make this purely for this video. I have had this for forever and did not make it just now. Just kidding, I totally did. I totally made this for that last shot where it was, it was sitting over here and it was angled across like this. Yeah, I made this just for that shot. Point out that sometimes working upside down can help just as much. Get your crowbar in there if you can. Sometimes it's good to use the other end too. Give you more leverage. Pry up, push down on the board. Sometimes they are cleaner like that. Sometimes they come apart cleaner when you use that technique. Also, this runner here must have foreseen the future and knew that I was going to need to strip them. So I'm taking all these runners and I'm going to run the saw blade right here to right here and cut along here, and just square these up. Because I'm going to use these pieces in the corner, but I'm only going to need a square piece. So I'm going to cut along there. And this one, look at that. This one just happened to know what I was thinking. Also, while I'm at it, I'll point out that I prefer not to use the circular saw to dismantle pallets. And here's the reason why. This is the main reason. I'm sure in the future I'll come up with other reasons. But the main reason is you're left with all these little pieces. And now, in this particular case, these are pine, and so they fell apart. I mean, they're just pulling right off. Just making it really easy on me. But then you still have to take these nails out. If you can, the best turnout for tearing down a pallet is to have the nails come out with the board. It's much easier to drive the nails back out of a board than it is to pull them out of a runner. 9 times out of 10, the boards on top are a lighter wood than the runners. And if you get nails, old rusty nails, stuck in like oak or maple, they're probably going to break the heads off and you're going to have a worse time getting them out. In this case, these are pine runners and these nails should pull out just fine. You are going to have to deal with all these little pieces, and if these are a harder wood, right, like I said, these are pine and they're busting apart really easy. But if you have a harder wood, you're going to have to either get a screwdriver under here or your crowbar. Crowbar is not going to be easy, but you're going to have to get something under there to pry them up, and it's just a lot more work in my opinion. It's much easier if you can identify what's on top, and if you can identify it as a hardwood, then go ahead and just try to take the whole board off. And then if you're not going to use the ends, that's fine, just cut them off in your saw later. But it is you're farther ahead to try to pull them out with the nails intact, with the nail in the board on top. Save you a lot of work. I got all my corners cut using the table saw. So as you can tell, I took these, and ran them down the table saw like this, and then turned it on its head to cut that piece, and vice versa, so and so. And made a blunder, because you always make a blunder. Can you tell what I did wrong here? Let's see, I got the wrong piece sticking up in the air. It's kind of hard. I cut the big piece on this side, and I was supposed to cut the little piece out. So I've got the boards cut and ready to go, but I ran out of boards, so this project couldn't be finished with one single pallet. I would have had to source another pallet. Instead, I found this piece of OSB that I had sitting around, and I'm going to use it. And I know that's kind of cheating, but it's recycling that piece of OSB, so it's still in the realm of recycling. It's not exactly pallet wood, but it's gonna work. I took all my corner pieces and I cut a notch out of them so that I can do that with the bottom. So the bottom piece of OSB will like sit flush in here. So I didn't have any smaller staples, and the ones I did have came through. It's just the nature of how narrow these corners are. But I had a solution to that. I took the grinder and just ground them off so that the next piece can lay in there seamlessly. Well, here it is, guys. So far, this is what you can get out of a single pallet. For the corners, these were the runners that I notched and did that special little design. And I was kind of short one board in the front here, but that's okay because I wanted to create this cutout anyways. So if I could have sourced another pallet, I could have done a bottom and a lid. It's just that this OSB worked out just fine. So this is going to go in the bottom. And this one over here that I already started painting, this is going to be the top. I ran the router around the outside. And that's going to be the color of the whole thing in the end. I'm going to go ahead and put the bottom on. And I think that's it. Well, I made a bad measurement somewhere. As you can see, this is too short. So I'm not going to be able to use that top. I made a new one. I glued this together and nailed it. Those boards on the bottom. And this is going to be the new top. So you can see before I get it painted. Get that out of here. Yuck. And so it actually looks pretty good now. I almost don't want to paint it because it looks pretty good unpainted. Looks very rustic unpainted, but it'll look even better painted. So that's what I'm going to do. Well, guys, there it is. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if I did a good job. I think my sister will like it. It's a good old-fashioned toy box. Yeah, I threw some of my toys in there. But anyways, hope everybody likes it. I think it looks good. And we'll see you guys in the next one.